choice. The problem is choice.
Imagine the scenario of a snooker game where, at the beginning of the match, each ball on the table represents the initial conditions of the universe. Each subsequent shot is like an event that unfolds predictably, following the laws of physics. Every hit and every move are like inevitable events, a direct result of the initial conditions, as the shots follow strict rules in completely controlled scenarios regarding force, angles, environment, mass, and all other possible variables. Just as in snooker, if we know the position and initial movement of each ball, we can accurately calculate its final position and how the game will unfold. Each collision between the balls is like an event caused by the initial conditions and the rules of the game, with no room for surprises or unpredictable choices. So, there is a philosophy known as determinism, stating that the universe unfolds like a snooker game where each shot is determined from the beginning, and the final result is an inevitable consequence of the established initial conditions. In this context, we can associate the balls in a snooker game with neurons in our brain. Each ball represents a neuron, and at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of our lives, the positions and states of these balls, related to our neurons, are like the initial conditions of the universe, determined by genetics and initial experiences. The trajectory and movement of each ball in the snooker game can be compared to the actions we perform in our lives, influenced by electrical impulses and signals transmitted between neurons. Just as each collision between the balls in snooker is a consequence of the physical laws of the game, our actions result from the complex interactions between neurons, guided by electrical impulses. These impulses will now make you remember to give a like and subscribe to the channel. In philosophical determinism, the idea would be that if we knew all the initial conditions of neurons, represented by the balls, and the laws governing their interactions, we could predict all future actions of a person, like leaving a like, just as we would anticipate the movement of each ball in a snooker game. This parallel illustrates how determinism suggests inherent predictability in actions, based on initial conditions and the laws governing subsequent events. In the relationship between neurons and balls in a snooker game, deterministic theories emphasizing the predictability of actions based on initial conditions raise significant questions about the existence of free will. If we consider that actions are determined by electrical impulses between neurons, analogous to the predictable movements of balls in snooker, this suggests that our choices may ultimately be inevitable results of these initial conditions. Deterministic theories challenge the traditional conception of free will, arguing that if we knew all the variables and laws involved, it would be possible to predict all future decisions and actions. This raises questions about the true autonomy of our choices, since each decision would be like a ball on a predetermined path in the snooker game. Before continuing, I ask you to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. It makes a big difference for this new channel with few subscribers, allowing future videos to be more frequent and better. But getting back to the topic, it's important to note that this discussion is not definitive. Indeterministic theories, such as the many-worlds interpretation in quantum physics or philosophical approaches seeking to reconcile determinism with some degree of free will, continue to challenge and expand our understanding of choice freedom within the context of complex neural interactions. This reflection transcends the natural sciences, entering the realms of ethics and philosophy, highlighting the complexity of addressing free will in a deterministic universe. In the field of physics, classical mechanics developed by Isaac Newton initially proposed a deterministic model of the universe, where each particle and its movement could be precisely calculated if the initial conditions were known. However, in the early 20th century, quantum theory emerged, challenging this view by introducing elements of probability and indeterminism. The complexity of the determinism discussion is magnified when considering the implications of chaos theories. Chaos suggests that deterministic systems can exhibit seemingly random behavior due to extreme sensitivity to initial conditions. Small variations in these conditions can lead to drastically different outcomes over time, an intrinsic feature of deterministic chaos. Is the video transitioning to the so-called butterfly effect? This will be the subject of another video. Furthermore, modern physics faces challenges in unifying the theory of gravity, represented by Einstein's general relativity, with quantum physics. This quest for a unifying theory, known as the theory of everything, raises profound questions about the fundamental nature of space, time, and causality. In philosophy, the discussion about determinism is also linked to the debate on compatibilism and incompatibilism regarding free will. Compatibilists argue that determinism and free will can coexist, suggesting that human choices can be determined but still considered freely made. On the other hand, incompatibilists argue that free will is incompatible with a strictly deterministic universe because truly free choices require the absence of total causal determination. Thus, the exploration of the deterministic universe transcends the boundaries of physics and deeply encompasses existential, ethical, and philosophical questions, highlighting the complexity and interconnection of different fields of knowledge in the quest to understand the nature of reality. In conclusion, the analogy between a snooker game and philosophical determinism provides an intriguing insight into the predictability of actions in the universe. The comparison between neurons and balls in the game raises questions about free will, challenging the traditional conception of human choices. The discussion, intertwined with physical theories such as classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, and chaos, transcends disciplinary boundaries, exploring existential and ethical issues. Thus, the understanding of the deterministic universe proves to be a complex and interdisciplinary journey, highlighting the intricate interconnection between various fields of knowledge in the pursuit of understanding the nature of reality. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video and follow the deterministic or non-deterministic rule of clicking the like button and subscribing to the channel. Until next time.
Choice. The problem is choice.